Hello, this is Survival-gyver and Happy New Year. First video of the year, we're going to be looking at a new new to me, NiteCore EDC flashlight, which is this one. It's like a little keychain flashlight. It's called a Tube, version 2.0. So apparently there was an earlier version, and I don't have that one, and I can't find any information about the earlier model, so we're taking a look at this. And here's a comparison against some of the other NiteCore small EDC flashlights. We have the Tiny 2. This is the Tube version 2.0. This is the Tiki, the Tip SE, or Tipsy as I like to just call it, and the Thumb. So not sure why they all their names start with a T. They do. I guess maybe that's part of how they figured them out. I'm going to pull all these other ones off the side so I can get this camera to focus specifically on the clear one. And we're going to have a little talk about it and what it can do. All right, so put these off to the side. All right, so this is the Tube version 2.0. And just as I thought, I would have a hard time focusing because of the amount of light that's in here with the new lights. So this is a keychain that has a couple of basic functions. I already put the keychain on this one. I've been using this one for a couple of weeks. And I don't know how I missed this in my regular looking for a small keychain flashlight. So this average price is about $10 or $9.99 on the NiteCore store's website. Link will be in the top of the description, and I'll also have a link in Amazon where it can be found there. Now it doesn't just come in clear. I just like to be able to see what's going on inside. This comes in black, transparent, or clear, like this one. You got red, orange, yellow, green. There's like a transparent green, which is like a dark, like an olive color. There's a light blue and a dark blue. So you have 9 choices, 8 colors and 1 completely clear. It's actually not quite completely clear. It looks like they've added some internal texture to hide some of the electronics, so you can't get an absolute clear shot on it. Like if I turn it carefully, you'll see all of this, all that there. So they kind of put some kind of texture on the inside to cover some of the electronics so it's not perfectly clear. Now unfortunately I do not have any specs on the battery. I could not find that anywhere. But it has a 1 lumen low and a 55 lumen high. You can also there's an instant on, there's a lock feature, and one where you can cycle through everything. Can't think of the word for it at the moment. Let me switch over to my notes. There we go. There's a infinitely variable brightness, which is between 1 and 55 lumens. So I'm going to turn off some of the other side lights so you can see this, because it's not particularly bright. 1 lumen is very low, and 55 lumen is still pretty low, but enough to see like keys or like a doorknob to get into a house or a lock, or just to be able to look around inside your car, you know, whatever you're doing with a small flashlight. So this uses a micro USB port. Because it is an older model, and I don't have any nails, but you could probably tell in the videos here. So I'm going to use a pen cap to open it. There we go. So it is a micro USB, not a Type-C. So there's that. It does not come with a charge cable. There are, I'm sure, versions of it on Amazon that you could get with a charging cable. You just have to take a look. But this one does not come with it. Otherwise, you only have 1 LED and 1 button. It does come with the ring, which I put on, which was actually really hard to put on there because the backside is a double, like a double steel piece there to help, 2 double, I guess, triangles to help hold it in place. But it was quite difficult to get the ring on. Actually, I ended up using a knife to be able to spread the ring in order to be able to get it over the triangle part. Not a recommended way to do it because I don't want you to get hurt. But there you go, just a single LED. I am going to turn off the side light here, see if that'll give me enough light so you can see what's going on. Let's see. Yeah, that's 1 lumen there. And there's 55 lumen there. Don't mind the writing on my hand. It's been on there for a few days now. We are going to take a slightly better look. Let me see if I can turn off the other light here. Boop. All right. Now it's pretty dark. 1 lumen. And it's... Let's see if I can get that a decent amount of darkness here. Here, I have an idea. Let me move my arm around the tripod here. Maybe that'll help. 1 lumen. Off. Double click it. 55 lumen bright. And part of the reason why I like the clear one, because the whole thing glows. I think that's kind of cool. But it only glows, of course, because of light. It doesn't glow by itself otherwise, unfortunately. That'd be kind of cool if it had a UV case to it. But it is what it is. So, on 1 lumen, on a full charge, it'll last about 58 hours. It says 58 hours. I actually, in my experience, it's a little less at 55 hours, but it could also be how I timed it. Now, it could just be my screw up on that. But yeah, so there's your 1 lumen. And I'm going to turn it off and quickly turn it back on for 55 lumen. And this will last for 1 hour and 15 minutes, is what it's stated for. And for me, it lasted 1 hour and 38 minutes. So again, that might be how I tested it. Not sure. But it's not bad. So on 1 lumen, you have about a 3 meter range. On high, you have about a 25 meter range. At 1 lumen, you're looking at 2.2 candela. Or you're looking at, on high, the 55 lumens is 156 candela. IP65 rated, so you can get it wet, but I wouldn't recommend submerging it. There is a charge indicator when you have this on charge. Turn this back on here. We're going to go back over the settings in a moment, but I want to talk about the charge real quick before I forget. When it is charging, it'll take about 1.5 hours to charge from it being completely dead, and they recommend it to charge it about every 3 months if you're not using it. So it'll hold for about 3 months. They recommend you fully charging it after about 3 months. During the charging status, a blue charging indicator located on the power button will be steadily turned on. And when it's fully charged, the blue light will turn off, unfortunately. But yeah, so there's a little bit of blue light right behind the button here. So now we're going to talk about low level, high level input, momentary illumination, infinitely variable brightness, and lockout mode. I actually had a hard time getting the infinitely variable brightness to work. And it's my fault, not their fault. So when I read the instructions, I'll go through how I screwed it up. So you'll know. Alright, so let me turn that top light off again. So 1 press, low, and then off. 2 quick ones in a row, and you get high. That's your regular setup there. Momentary illumination, so when the light is off, if you press and hold the power button for over 1 second, it'll automatically access the high level at 55 lumens. Alright, but it's momentary, so once you let go, it'll turn off. So if you have like keys and you're trying to get a key into like a door or something, or trying to cut something with a knife, you can just hold on to this and it'll automatically be on max brightness until you let go. So that's kind of cool. So infinitely variable. So it says when the light is off, short press, then long press the power button to access the adjustment for infinitely variable brightness. So let's see what that looks like. Short press, long press. See, it doesn't do anything for me. Short press, long press. And then if I hold it, it'll blink once. Now it's in lockout mode. See, now it doesn't do anything. That was my problem. So, I don't know if it's a reading comprehension problem or I'm just a little slow. I mean, it is 20 minutes till midnight on New Year's Eve, so that might have something to do with it. So, now it's locked. How do I unlock it? So for lockout mode, pretty much just press and hold for 3 seconds. And there it is. Now it'll work again. So that'll automatically turn that section off. The Tube version 2.0 will automatically unlock when being recharged in the lockout mode. So that's another way to do it. Now, infinitely variable. How do I get that to work? So, short press, long press. There we go. You have to do it quick. So, short, long, and then you can go through all your variables. So you can put it anywhere you want. But I personally don't see any reason to go anything more than, low and high. So that's me. But if you wanted something in between, you can do that. It does not have a memory. So once you get out of variable brightness mode, it'll go right back to where it was in the beginning. So there's a little bit of a downside, but considering the price on this and its size, I don't mind losing memory. Again, I don't really see a reason to have anything other than the high and low feature on this. And it does not strobe. Finally, something that doesn't strobe. That is awesome in my opinion. It's not a tactical light of any sort. But, so that's it. That is the Tube. It says there, 2.0. It doesn't have, again, it doesn't tell me what size battery it is. But I suppose it's not going to really matter. There's some numbers on the side there, which you could barely read. It might be upside down in this position. Nope. But they're definitely hard to read on the clear package. Probably a serial number or something of that nature. Manufacturing numbers. So if you're looking for a cheap, about $10, micro USB, you're going to have to get a cord for it if you don't already have a micro USB. I have probably 100 of them. Nice, cheap little flashlight to get. Easy functions. Does not come with a clip, just the ring. So I will put links in the description. Questions or comments, leave them below and I'll answer them as soon as I can. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And other than that, have a happy new year. Thank you for watching. See you next year.